Hello, a very good day to all of you, and welcome to the Trend Micro XDR Partner Webinar. My name is David Siah from Trend Micro's APAC, Middle East, and Africa channel team, and I'm pleased to host you today. I'm honored to present a speaker from the Trend Micro Global team, Ms. Manasa Agaram, to tell us more about this very exciting and strongly emerging topic, XDR. Manasa is located in Canada, and therefore, we are very thankful to have her present in our region. For your information, it's 3 a.m. about 3 a.m. over there, right? But before I hand over to Manasa for the Trend Micro XDR solution, let me spend 10 minutes to tell you more about the Trend Micro and XDR backstory. To kickstart, some facts about us. We are part of a massive global cybersecurity product ecosystem listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. We have annual sales exceeding $1.5 billion and is consistently profitable for more than 80 quarters. We are a very high growth company, and we serve 500,000 commercial customers worldwide with 6,000 employees over 45 countries. The region we operate in, the Asia Pacific, Middle East, and Africa region, or AMEA as we call it, comprises 37 countries and is a very fast-growing region, with 1 in 3 customers being new logos that we acquire. In addition, for every 1 in 4 customers, they would start off with more than 2 Trend Micro solutions. Now, this would allow them to benefit from the cross-platform detection and response synergies, or what we call in Trend Micro XDR. Now, this topic of XDR, cross-platform detection and response, exists primarily to address 2 critical issues in an enterprise's cybersecurity organization, namely too many alerts and too few trained cybersecurity professionals. To start this story, now, imagine a typical case study for a mid to large size end user organization. When they first start off, they could be a very small operation. Then maybe one day they decided to buy a bigger building, and then they added an on-premise data center. Then they started expanding to multiple locations, and they added remote sites like branch offices. And maybe then they saw the benefits of the cloud. They decided, hey, let's add cloud data centers, both in public and private clouds. So this is the typical challenge for a Chief Information Officer and his Chief Information Security Officer, or CISO. The CISO's job is never done, because not just the external cybersecurity threat landscape is ever-changing, the internal asset structure changes as well. And to make matters worse, where the boundaries have been between what is internal and what is external, there's no such boundary anymore, because organizations today are just so globally distributed with both on-premise and cloud solutions. So from that perspective, the CISO's environment becomes pretty complex and pretty challenging. So in response to this challenge to secure all the organization's assets, many CISOs have built a Security Operations Center, or SOC, to monitor and to react to cyber threats. Mostly for the SOC, the network becomes the primary area to monitor. So they will usually put in intrusion prevention systems, firewalls, APT solutions to protect the network and to provide sensing data. Then they realized that the endpoint is also very important. So endpoint, or data for what we call telemetry from endpoint security products, are being used by the SOCs too. Now, this is where all the realization will hit the CISO, the CISO, and his CIO. What they realize is that the volume of data they have collected is massive. And more importantly, it is spread across multiple silos. And because the data exists in silos and are not properly correlated, the SOC ends up missing on threats. And not just that, there's an even bigger problem. CISOs would need many trained cybersecurity specialists to be able to look at those massively uncorrelated information, and that is the real challenge. Massive data overload, limited visibility, and limited budgets. So as a solution to this really critical problem in our cybersecurity user environments, I would like to reference to this very important Gartner document. In February of this year, Gartner, a leading analyst firm, published its 2020 top security trends, and in it, they have identified extended detection and response capabilities, or XDR, as their #1 trend. So what is XDR? As according to Gartner, XDR describes a security incident and response platform that automatically collects and correlates data from multiple security products. The primary goals of an XDR solution are to increase detection accuracy by correlating threat intelligence and signals across multiple security solutions, and therefore improving security operations efficiency and productivity. Now, this allows the CISO and his Security Operations Center to be able to detect adverse security events that might otherwise be ignored. Another big benefit is that XDR content is useful right out of the box. Now, this is especially so when compared to many variables that make content development for SIEMs so challenging. Therefore, for most CISOs, XDR will have solved a key problem, addressing the cybersecurity skills shortage with an XDR platform that can deliver superior cybersecurity threat detection and respond to it without messy customizations. Now, Gartner also has analyzed that pioneering XDR tools are best delivered by cybersecurity solution providers that have a broad portfolio of products unified by the XDR console. Now, this is where a company like Trend Micro jumps in, and we really shine there. And this is also where partners like you can benefit from our range of top-rated cybersecurity products like the Deep Discovery Network Inspector, our email security, our Cloud One hybrid cloud and data center security, and our Apex One EDR. By combining all these data points into a correlated data lake following the Gartner architecture, we have achieved one of the industry's first to address the CISO's biggest pain points: too much data and too much expertise needed to integrate disparate products. So my colleague Manasa will, in the next 30 minutes, give you more details about our XDR offering. But before I hand off to her, let me show you the sales play for XDR. In other words, where is the money? So without further ado, now if you look at this quotation simulations over here, and just a small little tip, webinar tip, dollar signs like this in webinars usually will be deleted when we publish the recording later, so feel free to take a photo snapshot of this. Right? You can see that in this quotation simulations, in the first column, if you just sell endpoint protection with XDR managed services, you're looking at a $300,000 deal size. But if you add on additional product lines, for example, if you add on email security, it will increase in dollar value as well. If you add on endpoint protection plus email security plus network security, now it will be a different dollar value as well. But if you are able to include endpoint security, server security, and network security products plus the XDR console with managed services, you're easily looking at a bill of material that is worth $1.5 million on a 3-year contract. And this is where I'd like to rehash to you. Selling multiple products is not a difficult thing for Trend Micro partners. In fact, if you recall my earlier slide, 1 in 4 customers of Trend Micro start off with 2 or more products in their very first Trend Micro purchase. So in ending, I would like to assure you that XDR from Trend Micro is an available and fully functioning product, and we have very large enterprises who are really happy using it and is sleeping very soundly at night knowing that they are well. So if you'd like to know more about how to sell XDR after Manasa's presentation, please do contact your local channel account managers. So thanks everyone. That's all for me, and go sell some XDR.